Hi, this is Groovy Kim. I'm glad you could join me. I'd like to talk a little bit about depression. You know, brothers and sisters, we're going through some really hard times right now, aren't we? We've got a pandemic going on. A lot of our loved ones may be sick or about to lose their home even. You know, we've got some terrible power outages going on right now in a lot of our country. People are really cold and a lot of people don't have food to eat. There's a lot of depression going on right now in our country. And I live in the United States of America. I know that this depression isn't isolated just to here where I live. It's all over Mother Earth. It really is. We have to start to teach ourselves how to deal with depression. If you don't allow yourself to learn how to deal with depression, you're going to end up making your body sick. Depression doesn't allow your cells to vibrate coherently and then to repair. They cannot repair if they're vibrating incoherently, which happens when you're depressed or upset, especially for long periods of time. You know, we're built to handle stress and depression. We actually are. We can bounce back and be healthy again. The problem is, we often don't give ourselves permission to do this. We actually go ahead and decide to stay in our depression. Well, when you stack up days and days and days, sometimes weeks and months and even years, now we're talking real damage to your body and your cells. If you deny them long periods of time to be well and to be in repair mode, of course, eventually they could be become diseased. The cells just become diseased after long periods of time of depression and anxiety. This is why it's so important to learn and to appreciate, really, that you truly do have the ability to handle these things and to learn how to pull yourself up out of it. I've got a dear loved one right now who is really battling alcoholism terribly. And it pains me to no end to see this person hurting so bad. And when I look at them, I see myself. And I look back at my alcoholic days and I think, what was that all about? Depression, really? Did I want to be like that? No. But you know, when you are depressed and you allow yourself to be upset and anxious every day, it becomes addictive. You don't know that it is, but those chemicals that your body are releasing when you're stressed, we call them stress hormones, those actually become addictive at a subconscious level. If you notice when you don't feel good, you're all too happy to go over and over your symptoms, especially to anybody who's willing to listen. You do want somebody to feel sorry for you and to help you out. And you know what? That's okay. But for this long, you know, if you allow it to go on this long, now your body is going to start crying out and saying, hold on, you're starting to make me sick now. Please cut it out. It's okay to be upset for a little while, but again, make it this long. All right. You say, well, Groovy Kim, how can that possibly, how can I do that? Especially like if somebody's really about to hurt themselves or worse already has, or maybe they've already passed away from COVID-19. You know, this is happening all around us. if you allow yourself to see the bigger picture, you'll see that, yeah, that's part of life and it's going to continue. Change is the only constant in the universe. Change is the only constant in the universe. The more you're willing to roll with it and allow things to unfold naturally and not fight it with angst and depression, the more you will be able to be healthier and get rid of all of those awful symptoms that have been plaguing you for so long, like chronic pain, arthritis, all of the other diseases that are in your system. Those are the kinds of things that you absolutely bring on yourself with your own anxiety over time. I know it's hard to hear. It's hard to hear, isn't it? Because that means we have to have a certain level of responsibility for what's going on in our bodies. Our quantum computer is so sensitive. And a lot of us are empaths, and that means we're more sensitive than others, and which means we're more prone to autoimmune disease and things like that. So being a good CEO of your body, I like to call your avatar, really, being a good CEO of it is very important. You have to manage it. You can't let it just go on being upset and depressed for long periods of time and not expect to be ill. A good way to channel depression and to channel anxiety, of course, is through exercise. Make sure you get a little exercise. Get up from your desk and walk around. Even if you are disabled like I was and couldn't get up, you can still exercise at your desk. Look, I got a swivel chair. I'll put some music on and I will wiggle to the music just right here in my chair, right? You can do it. You can go like this with your knees. That gets the synovial fluids flowing. Wiggle your feet up and down just sitting in your chair like so. That's good for your knees. I'm supposed to have total knee replacement. Yeah, right. Not anymore. I'm going to be dancing at my wedding this June. I'm already beginning to choreograph it. I have got full use of my knees back because I meditate every day. That, brothers and sisters, is very important in learning to manage your anxiety and depression. Let yourself be calm. Sometimes people aren't very good at being quiet with themselves. That's okay. It takes a little practice to be quiet in your own space and in your own mind, but that's what meditation is for. You have to learn your body, you have to learn yourself. And it's okay to put an instrumental on that's uplifting. I encourage you to use music. Music is wonderful. Music is a vibration after all. And when you're upset and when you're having depression or experiencing depression, that just means that you're vibrating incoherently. Your cells literally are not vibrating in a nice wave, okay? Instead, it's up and down and all over the place. And that really makes you feel awful and anxious, okay? You get your vibration to be coherent with things like exercise, breathing techniques, listening to calming music that has uplifting melodies and, that make you feel good. Being with people that raise up your vibration is very important. Human beings are very social. That's why we get depressed easily. It's usually not because of a thing. It's usually because of someone else. Right, Doc? Ducky agrees. Should we go get Ducky? Let's go get Ducky. I'll show you what I mean about taking charge and making sure that you just have fun every day, no matter what's going on. Duck, do you agree? Do you agree, Duck? All right, let's get you out. Let's get you out. You want to come see Mommy? You come see Mommy? Well, come on. You're going to squawk the whole time during the video. You might as well come see. Yeah, come see Mama. All right, come in. All right, we're back. It took us a minute to get situated. But she often interrupts me, and that's all right. You know, it's called rolling with the punches. You gotta roll with things and not let your ruffles get feathered. Feathered get ruffled. Because we all want to get back to the road of health, right? That's a good road to be on. And so, being with your loved ones, including pets, huh, Duck? Good girl. You know, giving love to your pets and letting your pets bring you joy, that also raises your vibration. It makes you healthy to have pets and to pay attention to them and take care of them and love them. I'd like you to think about something for a moment. Think about all the anxiety and stress and depression that you've experienced, or that you've allowed your avatar to take on. Okay, here's my question. If you had that ability to give to your loved one, say a pet, would you place all of that stress and anxiety and depression on this little one, on Ducky? Would you put that on her? I know I wouldn't. That would really hurt my heart to do that to her. Well, now here's my question. Why the heck would you do it to yourself? I don't know, but we do, right? We do. You know, until we know better. Well, now we know better, and when you know better, you can do better. So, you know, brothers and sisters, let's have a good day. Let's get creative and love on your loved ones and your pets and roll with the punches. Don't allow yourself to be depressed or to have anxiety for a long time. Purposely shorten the amount of time that you allow yourself to experience these. And then your body can begin to heal. And all those symptoms that you're striving to get rid of will finally start to disappear. But they can't disappear if you're making yourself anxious all the time. So, exercise, eating right, making sure you giving love away all the time, every day. If you don't have pets, you know, slather your love onto the plants in your house. Have a house plant. It doesn't matter. Love is love. Love, gratitude, appreciation, all of those emotions raise your vibration. That's really groovy. It's really groovy because you have that much control. You have so much control that you can make yourself sick by your thoughts alone. The opposite is true. You have so much power, you can make yourself well by your thoughts alone. Things like loving your pets, right, Duck? Give me kisses. That's okay. You see what I mean? I could have gotten upset and, you know, cut video, right? The bird is interrupting. No. It's called rolling with the punches. It's called going with the flow, right? All those little things add up in your everyday life. Not letting things ruffle your feathers, right, Duck? Excuse the pun, but it's so true. Don't let things ruffle you. Something, you know, gets in the way of your filming your video, your life's plan. You can't get frustrated. I mean, you can. That's usually our norm, right? That was my norm. You stack that up all day long of little frustrations here and there. That's bad for your cells, okay? So, back to depression. Besides exercise, of course, pay attention to your diet. We know that diet has a huge impact on your gut biome and all those little trillions and trillions of ambient beings that live in your gut that have their very own circulatory system, respiratory system, excretory system, and you are feeding them too. And when you feed them terrible things like lots of sugar and lots of caffeine and too much fat and all the things we already know, right? They get sick too. And when they get sick, they make you sick because their whole job is to keep you healthy. Their whole job is that, when you swallow your food, they help to break it down and they help to get it to where it needs to go in your body. If you didn't have your gut biome, you couldn't live. You need those little sentient beings. And when you abuse them, you ultimately abuse you. And that means paying attention to your anxiety and your diet and getting some exercise. Move around. They need oxygen too. You need to pay attention to your breath, okay? Breathing correctly is very groovy and very necessary for your health. All right, brothers and sisters, here's another good one. Get creative. And that can take absolutely any form, whether it is creating music. Do you have an instrument? I have a piano. I also have a hand drum. Call it a Gouda drum. Let me show you my hand drum. Have I ever showed you my hand drum? One moment. Talk about something really groovy to help calm you and also to help, raise your vibration. Look at this beauty. Isn't she gorgeous? And what's cool about it is you can play her on both sides. Look at that. Oh, isn't that lovely? Yeah, see that? And can you see the tongues? The little cutout tongues? That's where you strike it and where it makes music. Oops. Now, a lot of people play it with their hand, all right? You gotta hold it right. Can you hear that? Move out here a little. I don't know if you can see it. Kind of like this side better. Ducky loves it. When I get to playing on this thing, she just goes nuts. She goes bonkers. Get creative, right? Okay, so you don't have an instrument maybe. That doesn't matter. Just humming is creative. Make up your own tune while you do something else, while you garden or you do the dishes. You see my video with a ducky where her and I are dancing around and doing dishes. I choreograph little dance moves. That's creative. And when you take your mind off of whatever it was that was bugging you earlier or depressing you or, that really raises your vibration when you purposely take your mind off and get creative. You know that being in the creative mode really raises your frequency in your body. That's when your cells can begin to repair. Another thing I like to do, I'm a polymer clay artist. And you may know my story about Honu, my spiritual grandmother. She's a green sea turtle, like, the kind they have in Hawaii. Here's a one that I made out of polymer clay. Can you see? Yeah. And I just made this one. Here's another one. And this one has a really cool stone in it. I forget the name of it now. I need to look that up. And then I have another one. Oh, let's see, where's my other one? Here it is. This one has real turquoise in it. Can you see? Oh, it's wiggly. I'm sorry. There. So yeah, so I get creative. I make things. I like making sea turtles. I make other stuff too. Like, here's of course it has to do with beach, right? A beachy earring. This is a sandal. Flip-flop. I got a ton of them. When I feel icky, when I start thinking about my loved one who's dealing with alcoholism right now, or I think about a neighbor who's dealing with COVID right now, or I start thinking about one of my icky old symptoms that may be rearing its ugly head again, I say, all right, Groovy Kim, what else can you do besides sitting here and dwelling on things? Get creative. Go create something. Go weed the garden and sing a tune. Make up a song while you're out there. You know, getting creative raises your vibration and is extremely healthy for you. All right, brothers and sisters, you can do this. We can do this. I would like you to please leave your comments below and let me know if there's a subject matter that you would like me to tackle in particular, because I will. Absolutely, I will. Leave your comments below. I'll answer them all, okay? And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. I really appreciate you guys. All of my subscribers, thank you so much. Until next time, hey, when we meet like this and we learn together, we learn things like how to battle depression together and how to raise our frequency. You know, that's really groovy. All right. Thanks for joining me.